Hey, what's going on YouTube? I know it's been a while since I posted anything and haven't really did much with the Cutlass project too much. I got her running. I've been driving her every day so far. Um, Something's going on with the carburetor. Don't know much about these quadrajets, but I recently found out that there's a fuel filter in the carburetor. So I'm going to try to check that out. But for now, I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on the past couple weeks. Back to working on Sativa again. So I have her over here, putting a turbocharger on her. I'm running into a little issues, not big ones, just a little ones. So this fitting here is the only one I could find. The one that they sent me. I ordered an oil feed and return kit, and it says it was for a T25 to GT30, but when it got here I noticed it was a little different and possibly made for a T3 T4 setup. Anyhow, nothing major. I'm running the line now. The only thing I don't like, and I might have to unbolt the turbo and reclock it, is this right here. So I don't like how the line sticks straight up, and it's gonna scratch the shit out of my hood. So I'm gonna take the turbo back off, clock it a little bit more counterclockwise, and try to get this a little bit more that way. Other than that, the compressor housing also, I want to clock it down to where the charge pipe is facing downwards. The only thing I have a problem with that is when I tried doing that, the mounting bracket for the wastegate itself no longer can be bolted directly on. So basically these two here that the bracket is bolted onto, if I rotate this housing where it needs to be, then this two bolts will end up here, and when I try and bolt the bracket back on, it won't ever fit. So just little modifications like that I have to do, or I can just live with the fact that the charge pipe is facing this way and just make an elbow, I guess. I just want it to look nice as well as work. I'm not going for a whole lot of power. I'm not trying to make a drag car out of it. I just want to smoke some tires, get this bad boy smoking. Other than that, I'm not trying to go fast or anything. I just like building shit, and I built this car maybe a couple years ago now, and it just sits here on my patio, kind of, the wife's getting a little irritated because it just sits here in the space of where family is supposed to be kicking back, and picnic tables and shit like that. But so I really want to get her going. Another thing to the list I'm worried about is this kit I bought. Like I was saying, I think they sent it to me. It's for a T3, T4. It cannot be for a T25 because the return bung that they sent me doesn't match up. I'm going to have to, drill out these holes just a little bit to get them to bolt up correctly. And I don't see a problem with me modifying this piece. I could be wrong, guys, so comment below if I am wrong. But a buddy of mine says that there's no pressure that comes out of the return from the turbo. It's just a drain. So I don't see a problem with me having to modify this plate to make it work on the GT30. Other than that, it did come with a gasket. So I'll go ahead and make that piece bolt up to the bottom of the GT30, and that should be that. My buddy Alex from A&B Motorworks had already tapped into the oil pan and made the return bung for that. So it's pretty much on our way. I gotta save up a couple more bucks to make the intake charge box. I had bought one and started it already. I did some cutting and I made the holes for the carburetors. The only problem is I don't know how to weld aluminum or stainless, so I would have to take it to somebody to fabricate it for me. Over here we have a guy that does a lot of that stuff for the people around, and it's 207 Customs here in the islands. Real nice guy, brother Shane. Talk to him. He's gonna make me a charge box, a custom one, so I could still run my AC and everything. And once I get that going, I think what's next on the list is a larger fuel line, an Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. It's a pound for pound. It uses the fuel injected fuel pump, anything that's over 30-40 psi, and regulate it down to a pound for pound 1-to-1 ratio. As the pounds of pressure goes up for the fuel, she'll let boost come in. So that's a pretty good find I found too. It's a couple $100. That's a little pricey. And then I also need an inline pump that I was gonna use from the fuel injection version of the MSD pumps that they sell on Summit, and that's $150 too. But it's proven. I've seen guys use that one. Other than that, guys, what else? Cover the boost box. Cover the turbo. Waiting on the V-band 5-bolt connector backing plate for the turbo, because I want a V-band connector so it's easy. I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.